What's going on everyone, and welcome back to the channel for another Battlefront 2 video. And in today's video we'll be continuing on with another Q&A video following up my first Q&A last week. You guys showed a lot of love on my first Q&A and had some great questions for me to feature today. So before we dive into those questions, be sure to post below any questions you guys might have for the next Q&A. I do want these Q&As to be a permanent, consistent series on the channel, as these are actually my favorite videos to make by far, so expect a ton more. Now, if you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe to the channel for more Battlefront 2 videos, and be sure to check out my thoughts on the latest community transmission for Battlefront 2. I'll have a link in the description for that. But anyway, let's dive into these questions, and David N asks, who is your favorite prequel, original, and sequel trilogy character? Mine are Anakin, Han Solo, and Kylo Ren. Now for me, this is relatively easy. I'd say for the prequels, I'd have to go with Anakin, because Revenge of the Sith Anakin is just like peak Star Wars character for me. It is so good. He's a bit shaky in The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, but no one can deny that Anakin in Revenge of the Sith is just perfect. I absolutely love everything about Anakin in that movie. As for the original trilogy character, I'd have to go with Darth Vader, so pretty much Anakin again. He just has minimal screen time and just has a massive impact, and there's not a lot of characters in cinema that can actually do that. And when you tie in his redemption arc with Return of the Jedi, and it's Vader. Like, is there anything else I really need to say? And as for the sequel trilogy character, my favorite would have to be Kylo Ren, because of his connections to Vader, and he's not just another one-note villain. They've actually written him as a really complex and conflicted character, and everything with Rey and Kylo on screen at the same time, I'm into it. Like, I think it's really, really good, and he has some really badass moments, like when he kills Snoke. People have their thoughts on that, but whatever, I thought it was pretty cool, and it caught me off guard, and that's what I look for in movies like The Last Jedi. And August 25th asks, which capital supremacy map is your favorite? For me, it's got to be Theed. I think that the Theed capital supremacy map is a lot of fun. Theed in general is just a great map. Geonosis is quite boring in my opinion. Like, it was really good at first, but once the wow factor wore off, I was kind of pretty much done with it. And Kashyyyk, I am just well sick of. It was the only map I used to get when I was searching for Galactic Assault, and Kashyyyk can honestly do one. I've had enough of it. But I'm not going to lie, I don't actually play much Capital Supremacy anymore, because I do prefer the way Galactic Assault runs. They're shorter game modes, and there just seems like there's more fun to be had there. And Jar Jar Jinx asks, what do you think of Anakin in his current state? I actually think Anakin's okay right now, but his retribution, it's still a hero killer. But I actually do find that Anakin he's really not as good as he used to be, let's put it that way. Unless you have his star cards really maxed out and you've had a lot of time playing with him, he's still not going to guarantee you big kill streaks. So I think they've got Anakin okay right now. And moving on to the next question, a very important one from Luke Kelenk. I probably mispronounced that and I'm sorry. But he asks, what do you think about pineapple on pizza? I'm going to put it straight. If you don't have pineapple on your pizza, you don't belong on this planet. And quickly moving on to the next question from Count Jakku. He asks, what are your thoughts on the rise of Skywalker so far? Me personally, I'm actually really intrigued with episode 9. I think it was a really good move to bring Palpatine back. Wrapping up the saga makes sense to tie back to the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy. So people can keep calling bringing Palpatine back a cheap move if they want, but in honesty, it kind of makes sense. If you're going to close out the saga, why not have the guy that pretty much started it all there too? And not to mention, we did get the announcement of the Rise of Skywalker content later this year, so I am really excited for that as well. We're not getting as much content as I would have hoped, but we're getting a new planet, some new reinforcements, so I guess I'm keen for that too. But moving on to the next question by Time Teller, he asks, what do you think of Star Wars Rebels and the Clone Wars? Are you a fan? Now, I am pretty much a fan of both in a way. Rebels, I kind of am a fan. Some episodes are really, really good, but most of the episodes I actually find quite boring. Twilight of the Apprentice was amazing, like the episode with Ahsoka, Anakin, Darth Maul, Ezra, and the one where Kanan went blind. Like, that episode was amazing. Like, it was really, really good. But I found that the series was a little bit reliant on Clone Wars characters and arcs for it to actually be fun and interesting. I fell off Star Wars Rebels towards the end of its run. I don't think I've actually seen the last season, so I probably should give that a go. But Clone Wars, on the other hand, I absolutely love it. It fleshes out the galaxy, it fleshes out the characters, you get to see way more characters, and Ahsoka and Anakin's bond is really, really good. You get to see Darth Maul again, and you get to see just so many more planets and locations. It's just, the Clone Wars TV show is amazing. It's honestly a masterpiece in my opinion. And moving on, Matthew Avila asks, hey, I love your vids. What map do you want the most? First off, thank you. And the map I want the most is without a doubt the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. But I know we're probably never going to get that, so I really should just get over it, to be honest. And moving on, Thomas Masters asks, great vid, love your work. Will you be covering Fallen Order when it comes out? Again, thank you. And I will be covering Fallen Order when it comes out, whether that's through streams or through videos. We'll see, because the algorithm really just buries Fallen Order content. So, but hopefully the game has some longevity, and it'll give me a good break from Battlefront 2. I'll still make Battlefront 2 videos, obviously, but Fallen Order will be good to sort of get away from for maybe a video or two, but we'll see. I will definitely cover it, but it's just how I'm going to cover it remains to be seen. And moving on, General Saucy 2.0 asks, which 2 characters are you most excited to see added to Star Wars Battlefront 2? For the light side, Mace, Ahsoka, Padme, etc. And for the dark side, Cad Bane, Jango, Ventress, etc. For me, that's pretty easy, seeing as I feel like we've been absolutely ripped off in a way with the latest community transmission. We didn't get Ahsoka and Ventress. I don't know where the hell they are, or why the hell developers have been teasing them for so long. So I'm just going to say those 2, considering we're not getting them this year. So hopefully we get them eventually. An Annoying Mint 100 asks, very glad you're back to uploading. You're one of the best content creators out there, but when Battlefront 2 dies, what would you focus your channel around? Again, there's some really kind words at the start of these questions, so thank you guys for that. But when Battlefront 2 dies, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I'm probably just going to stick to Star Wars games as a whole, and maybe transition into a film channel if that will work. Or I might even start a new channel, and bring you guys over with me if you want to. But we're going to play that by ear. Hopefully that's nothing I need to worry about for a long time. And the final question of the video from Dobberzilla. He asked, what random hero that's got a 0% chance of getting added would you like in the game? Like Plo Koon or Grand Admiral Thrawn. This is a pretty easy one for me, and I'm going to say Salacious B. Crumb. He's just a really good looking dude. So guys, those are all the questions for this week's Q&A video. If you want to feature in the 3rd Q&A video, then be sure to leave your questions in the comments below, and drop a like on the video if you did enjoy. And if you do want more Battlefront 2 content leading into September, which is going to be huge for Battlefront 2, then feel free to subscribe to the channel. But that'll pretty much do it for today. Thank you guys all for the questions, and I'll see you guys all again real soon.